Hello, hello. Welcome back to VJ Designs. This is Vickie, and today I'm going to do a walkthrough on this junk journal I made for Dear Julie Julie's challenge in January. It was just junk journal. So, yeah, it's been a few months since I've made this, but I will walk you through it. And sorry, I have a bunch of strings hanging down. Okay, so here's the cover. I just put this on a piece of, I don't know, it was from a box or something to make it just stand up a little bit. And I collaged the front, and I put this lace or trim, whatever you want to call this, on the spine. This particular journal I did sew in to the spine, and then the back was collaged also. And keep in mind, this was, we were supposed to use pretty much junk, and, you know, whatever we have, wrapping paper, calendars, you name it. So there's a little bit of everything in here. So I put a piece of that lace in here for the front pocket. And on the inside of the front and the back cover, I used some jelly print paper that I had that I needed to use. So I put this one in the front, mostly because it coordinated with this first page here. This was my first tag. And we needed to make these little charms. So I put a charm on this tag, index card on the back, and this was a journal card that I made. This page was made out of calendar. I love this. And then we needed to make ready edges, she calls them, for to put on the edges of your papers. So that was one of them. And then I made this pocket here, and on the other side, it goes on the other side too, but this is the pocket I made on this side. I put a little scripture from her digital here, and then, you know, we had to make these little snippets, paper snippets, so I put one of those on here. And this is a tag. It was a flip-up tag. A lot of these pieces were supposed to have like another job than just, other than being able to write on the back. So this one is a flip-up tag, and you can write on the inside also. It's just a plain paper. This was taken out of a book. It was an old journal, like plain page journal, and I tore out the pages, and then I installed them using, I put them together using washi tape. So it made one full page. So that's one page. And I used the gold pin down the edge of a lot of this stuff, and just a little collage up here in the corner. This page was made out of a map, as you can see, and I made a little collage up here from it. And then I have a pocket on this side, and this was a big tag that has a pocket. So this is like the wrapping paper or the packing paper you get in, like with Amazon or whatever. I put that on the back. And this is made out of a window envelope. And I glued a picture on the inside. Put that stamp on there first. And then made a pocket out of it. And so this is the large journaling card I made to go in there with a tab. Okay, has a little tab on it. So that just goes in there like that. And this page has another one of those ready edges on it. This page was made out of wrapping paper. So I just put a spot on here for journaling, a scripture, and just a little bit of just washi tape here. A label and a faux stamp. This is one of my faux stamps. And then on the other side, I folded it over and made a pocket. Okay, so you can journal on this side. This was made from a couple envelopes, I believe, that I put on here. And this is just a tall tag with index card on the back. Journaling card. And let's see, what does this do? Oh, it opens up. So it's a journaling card with a job. Opens up and you have more space on the inside. And this is a little page I made from a little card. So I didn't change the front of it because I love butterflies. It has a scripture. And then I put a scripture on the back of it from the daily guidepost. Here's another one of those ready edges. Another snippet. This is pretty paper, and I will put in the description. This came from DearJulieJulie, and I'll put in the description what the digital is and where to find it. It's very pretty. Another edge here. I liked it because it kind of matched over here, this page. So this is the other half of that card. And I have a pocket on the top. Made this little tag. It goes in the top. Let's see, I guess it goes in this pocket here. And then this is a, I'll probably do a little video on how to do these, put these together. You may or may not have done these before, but these are fun. And this is just a little bead I made with DearJulieJulie's digital out of this kit. Put a little bead on here. So I just stuck it down in the pocket like that so it would dangle over. And here I just put a piece of paper underneath this paper clip. This is one of those sleeves that I showed in one of my previous videos that I like to put on the back of my altered paper clips. So there's the front of it. And then I just slipped another little paper up here for journaling. I mean, you could journal in here in the empty spots, but these pages are kind of hard to journal on. So this page, again, is made out of these envelopes that I have that look like this. And this is the other side of that wrapping paper page. So there's the pocket on this side. And this tag I made out of packaging. And sorry about the glare, but that's what it. And then I made a tab with an eyelet and just hung a charm up there. And it's closed So this is on the inside, and then on the back, I put a piece of paper that you could actually journal on. So that's a cool idea to make stuff out of packaging. I love making pockets and stuff like that from packaging. And then this is the back side of the wrapping paper, and I just took a piece of one of those envelopes. It might have been paper, because I got some paper like this too. There was paper and envelopes like this. So I just glued this down on here so you could journal, and trimmed it with washi. And here's another ready edge. And then here's the other side of that map. This is Grand Rapids, Michigan. Holland, Michigan. I've been there. That's so fun. I went to see my son in Chicago, and they took me up to Holland. So you gotta kind of go around like this and get up there. So yeah, my dad is from Michigan too. He's from Coldwater, which I think is over further that way. But that's the only time I've been in Michigan. But I have a bunch of family that lives there that I've never met except for on Facebook. So here's a tall tag that I made out of a piece of packaging. You can see this is the top. So I left that and put some linen, a strip of linen up here for a tab, and just decorated it up a little bit. Put a piece of her digital on here. And this is the inside of an envelope that I put on the back. So I just made a pocket over here, put that in there. Okay, and then here's the other half of that page that I made with the plain journaling pages. And this is the other half of that calendar page. So I just put a strip across here. You could journal on here. You can journal on here too. It is kind of slick paper, but you could journal on it. And then here's the large tag that I made. Put in there. And this is the back side of that. And again, I made a pocket out of the inside of an envelope. And then put another little pocket on top of it. Made a little, like a little tag to put in there, kind of in the shape of a ticket. So this journaling card I made out of, looks like a, I don't know, some kind of a receipt type thing. It's from one of her digitals. Just put a tab on it. I stamped. Live simply, love generously, care deeply, speak kindly, leave the rest to God. I love that. Okay, and then this is just like a ticket type thing that I use for a little tag. Okay, and this page, this starts the second. This has 2 signatures. This is the start of the second, and I kind of collaged this. This is inside of an envelope. I love using those. Piece of a painty paper that I made. Piece of music paper. And that's the other side, and I put a little pocket on this side. Again, there's one of those that I put on here, and then made a little journaling card out of that. I like using index cards on the back of journaling cards. And I don't know if you've gotten index cards recently, but they're all very thin. They're not like the nice ones that you used to be able to get that were sturdy. I mean, these are very flimsy that you get nowadays, and I don't know. I've seen where you can get the larger ones that are thicker, but I don't know. If you know a good place to get nice index cards, let me know, okay? Okay, so here's another one of her digitals, and I put a ready edge on there. And this page was white, so I did a stencil on here, and I put this pocket down here, and then I made a large tag and put another charm on the top here that I made. Another index card. I have these, I don't know, they're like 6x8 journaling cards. They're nice for those. And then another page that I made out of this. Another snippet there. This is taken from, I don't know if you guys get these, but every now and then I get these. Looks like somebody's sending me a check, but then you open it up, and on the inside of it, there's this whole piece that's made out of this, and it would be kind of like the inside of an envelope or whatever, so I keep those. I'm like, thank you very much, but I don't need your money. So I use these a lot in my journals. They come in very handy. So this page here, I made with another gel print that I had done a long time ago. And so I thought, well, the colors go really well. I put this up here for a tuck spot on top. And this was a piece from Masterboard that I had done. So I just took it and made a little tag out of it. I left the back of this one white. It's okay to have white pages every now and then. This probably looks white on camera, but it's very light on one of her digitals, and it's got lines you can write on. This page I made out of music page. Yeah, it does go sideways. But so I put this on here, made a little journaling spot that you can just open, has a tab on it. You can journal in here. And then put one of these on the back with these little corners. I just glued those on, like, you know, those photo corners you get, or used to be able to. And I put a pocket on this side. This was not one of her digitals, but I had this in my stash, and you know, I love the colors of this. So I made a pocket, and then I made a tag to go in there, and I made this journaling card. Put that on there. And then on the back, I love this. It's a vellum pocket I made out of printed vellum that I have. So I just made a pocket. And then this is a tea bag, empty tea bag pocket that I made. I left the back so you could see that it's a tea bag, but I just covered it. Of course, this is the inside of an envelope. Put a piece of her digital on here, made this, cut this out with a heart, my heart punch, and then I cut a piece of, it's a digital that I glued on top of a harder piece of cardstock, so it would be strong enough to hold this shut. So then I brought this piece over the top. But I think these are so cute, and these are fun to make. I've made them with the smaller ones. They're a little harder, but I love making these out of the larger size. There's another ready edge. There's the other side of that gel print that I did, and I just put one of these on top. And so anywhere that I had a little something that I needed to cover up, I would just put like a piece of this or something. This is a piece of old stationery. And then I just glued that on. So on this page, what I did was I put a piece of lace all the way down the edge. And then I put a piece of ribbon so it kind of came over that. And I glued on 3 buttons. And then I put stickles in the middle of the buttons. So I thought that turned out pretty cute. And then over here on this side, I just put one of these charms. And here's another one of those sleeves. On this one, I had taken, made a punch. This little flower punch that I had out of some shiny paper. I don't know if it shows up. And put that on the bottom of it. So, and then this is the altered paper clip. I love these little snippets because they make really cute decorations. And I'm hoping that I'm in. Okay, so this is the other side of this page. And this is what I had the stencil on. And then I put a pocket here made out of 2 different patterns from the inside of the envelope. So I had this one on the background, and this is kind of a wavy one, so I just made a strip and put it down the middle. And then I have this, those edger punches, and I punched out a piece of lace and put behind it. And then this big tag I made, this is a piece of fabric on top. There's another one of those paper punches, and it's got the staples I use the tiny attacher. And this, believe it or not, is that stuff that comes around a ham, the netting. So that's what that is. I mean, really, guys, when you start looking around your house, it's amazing what you can find. Okay, and then this is the other side of this page. This one was actually made out of an envelope. I'm trying to find the other page. That's what this was. A big envelope. So here's the other side, and I made a little pocket down here. And these 2 tags. This tag, I should probably put something white on the back, don't you think? So you can write on it. That would probably be a good idea. And then this is an open up tag, double tag. You can write on the front, you can write on the inside, you can write on the back. Okay. And then here we are at the very back, and I put another one of these pockets on here with this lace. And this is another tag that I made with the index card in the back. It's glued on 3 sides, so it opens at the top. So it has a pocket on the top, and there's the little tag I made for the inside. It's got graph paper on the back. So that is this journal that I made in January. Just Junk January journal for Dear Julie Julie. So I thought I would just show you. I'm going to have this available in my Etsy shop. Okay, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed this, and please press that like button and leave me a comment. I love the comments, and I will get back to you. All right? Have an awesome day, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.